Karibu tena wapenzi watazamaji kwenye mwendelezo wa mazungumzo yetu. Kuna mambo ambayo yameweza kuwaka kwenye mitandao ya kijamii kuhusiana na ule muda ambao William Samoei Arap Ruto ameweza kukua uongozini miezi 15. A big shout out to Spice FM, kituo nambari 1 hapa nchini, kwa kuweza kuleta mjadala moto ambapo waliweza kumketisha William Samoei Arap Ruto kwenye studio na kuweza kujadili jinsi ambavyo ameweza kuliongoza taifa hili la Kenya. Hawa watangazaji wa Spice FM yani waliweza kusema kwamba uoga umeisha, na hichi ndicho kituo cha kwanza kabisa kuweza kuleta mjadala kama huu, mtazamaji wangu, ambapo waliweza kuwauliza wananchi ambao walikuwa wanawasikiliza. Assume the president is seated inside Spice FM. What advice would you give to Mr. William Samoei Arap Ruto? Are you satisfied with how he is leading Kenyans in these 15 months? Mambo yaliweza kuchemka, na kitu ambacho kiliweza kunifurahisha ni hichi, mtazamaji wangu. Wananchi walikuwa wanatoa facts peke yake. Hamna cha matusi, hamna cha kutusi William Ruto, hapana. Walikuwa wanamwambia William Ruto, hapo umeweza kukosea, hapo umeweza kufanya vizuri. Chini ya miaka 10, yani chini ya miezi 15, wananchi hatuna la kuweza kufurahia. Badala yake umeweza kututesa. Na kitu ambacho niliweza kupick kutoka hapa, mtazamaji wangu, ni kwamba bwana William Ruto anafanya mambo kipupa. Anakimbilia mambo bila ya kuweza kufanya what we call public participation. Iwapo bwana Ruto angefanya public participation before aweze kufanya mambo kama vile ya finance bill ya 2023, kabla ya kuweza kuongeza bajeti, kabla ya kuweza kuongeza taxes, kabla ya kuweza kuleta housing project, mambo kama haya ya wananchi kuweza kunungunika hayangekuwa. And how I wish kwamba wanahabari wa Kenya wangeungana pamoja, waweze kuleta forum kama hii, waweze kuchaguana. Unaona ule mkutano ambao watangazaji wa vituo mbalimbali wa televisheni mbalimbali wanaenda State House, wanamuhoji William Samoei Ruto. How I wish kile kipindi ambapo wanamuhoji William Ruto waweze kuconnect, wapeane nambari ambayo watu wangepiga simu waweze kumwambia Mr. President, hapo umeweza kutudanganya. Mr. President, hapa tunaona kwamba unaelekea njia mbaya, unafaa kufanya hivi. And how I wish kina Martha Koome, kina William Ruto, kina Gachagua wangeketishwa kwenye round table. Wanahabari wako hapa hivyo wanaleta mjadala, wananchi wanapiga simu, alafu bwana William Ruto, Gachagua, Martha Koome pamoja na wengine wanaulizwa maswali wakiwa wanasikia then wanayajibu. Anyway, tuko na kanda hapa ambayo naomba niweze kukusikilizisha uweze kuelewa jinsi ambavyo mambo yalikuwa ndani ya Spice FM. Kila ambacho nakuomba, tafadhali sikiliza uweze kupata ujumbe kamili, uweze kupata hisia za Wakenya pale nje, alafu to make a conclusion.
Let's go to the phone lines. 0719-012-600. Dear Mr. President, what do you want to tell Mr. President? Michael Mutinda.
Good morning.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Good morning, Eric. Good morning, City and Duke. It's a pleasure. Yes, I think the discussion is timely, and this is what I'd like to tell the President. First and foremost, and I want to approach this from a philosophical point of view. The current president came in through what people have said prayers. And when you look at the concept of leadership, who is the source? Where does it begin? Leadership belongs to God. He's the source of leadership. He's the one who defines it. And that's why we talk about service. And for me, looking at what we are going through as a country and having this opportunity to talk to the president, I'll just tell him, look, the same God that you prayed and you said he gave you this power is the same God you need to go back to and ask him, how should I do this leadership thing? Because as it is right now, it's not working.
So your advice to him is go back, go and pray.
Go, actually repent.
Okay.
Because he's missed the way. That's clear. Is to repent, go back to him, and say, I've missed the way, and come and apologize to us Kenyans. Because what we are saying, Abba Father, I've got 4 children, and I'm determined not to live a Kenya like that I'm experiencing to my children, come what may. We must go back to the source. Yeah, and the source here is God. Okay. And we ourselves, I like what you were saying earlier, the people. You see, the God factor is in our constitution. The God factor is in our national anthem. So we can't run away and think we can think about leadership outside of him.
Okay.
Obviously, if as a citizen we are dissatisfied, how much more is God himself? So the first step is for him to go back. But for us as citizens, because I belong in a group of people who we are just sick and tired. And like we said earlier on, something is changing, something is shifting. And some of us have already shifted and saying, enough is enough. We shall stand and ensure we have a better country. We cannot be working and somebody is taking our money, misusing it. The philosophy of leadership that existed in this country, just supporting what City has said, has come to an end. It has expired. It's not serving us. We have to change the philosophy. We have to change the thinking. And that's the revolution thinking that we need in our thinking, and also guys to become. Because let's become the change you want to see.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah. Michael Mutinda in Roysambu. Naftali in Kisumu, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm very fine.
Speak to the president.
Dear Mr. President, just make sure that companies are working. Kenyans will find jobs themselves, and they will have to build the houses that you are claiming that you will build for them. They will build for themselves. Just remember during the regime of President Moi, we had a lot of companies, and a lot of people were employed. And like today, whereby youth are unemployed, and you are, instead of sympathizing for them, you are imposing impossible goals to them. You will make them tired. So, Mr. President, check on job opportunities instead of building houses. In fact, okay, that's what I can say.
Thank you, Naftali. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Yes.
Samson in Kisumu, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Speak to the president.
I'm very fine. Mr. President, when we were burying Mrs. Dedan Kimathi, you said that it would take 2 months to have the late Kimathi out. Please, use the Israelis. They bring those sophisticated machines. They scan Kimathi's grave. They will find him buried with the handicaps, and it should be done. That is one. 2, the country is misfiring from all the cylinders. All along, I've never had we having diplomatic tips with our neighbors. This time around, the Congolese are not happy. The Tanzanians are saying different things. Our neighbors, Uganda, are doing the pipeline from Dar, and the northern corridor is our lifeline. Please, Mr. President, recalibrate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samson. Amos.
Yes, good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Now, what I will tell Mr. President is to bypass all the middlemen, the CS, the MPs, and the rest. Please come back to the ground as you came when you are campaigning. Come and hear what we have to tell you. It's not a must that you have to use your authority to lead us. We are the one who put you there, even though some of us never voted for you, but at least you represent us. Case studies in the housing finance, the housing tax, whichever levy, I don't know how to call it.
Housing
There are several people, yes, there are several people who are having land, but they are not able to develop those lands. Please make it affordable for us to access the building materials. We build our own houses. You talk about the creating of employment. Now, how do you create an employment for people to just go and skuma the wheelbarrow in the construction site for 2 years? Then after then, where do they go? We have professionals who really need those jobs. So if you just employ them, like now you go to Kibera, after like 2 years, the construction site is over. So where do you take them? Do you carry them to Kisumu? Make the economy work, we'll create jobs, we'll employ ourselves, and I think everything is okay. We'll build our houses.
Thank you.
And just like you said, when you go, let's say to Masai land, you don't have to go to a place like Kajiado town to build flats, so that you bring people from the rural to come and stay there. Why don't you make those people in the rural, give them incentives to build their houses in the rural setup where they can stay? Why do you have to force us to go to towns to stay there?
Okay, thank you, Amos. Well said. James in Nairobi, good morning.
Good morning to you guys.
Morning, man.
I like enjoying this. In fact, you made me come to the office every day and morning to just enjoy this show.
Thank you very much.
I like the discussion today, and I also like the discussion that was there yesterday. But if I was to talk to the president, I will simply say, what he needs to do right now is to cool the political temperament. Otherwise, Kenya is taking off in the right direction. But the politics just like inaleta giza kwa kila kitu. So if I think he can do the inevitable, get RAILA on the table, cool the temperatures, make investors not to fee, and then continue with the discussions. Otherwise, like you say, somebody has to make those bold moves, and he is doing it. This is going the Kagame way. Nobody liked it at the beginning, but it will be beautiful at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Francis in Mwea.
Hi, Latif, how are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you doing? How is Mwea?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Titi.
Yes, habari bwana Baraka, uko mzima lakini?
Mimi niko salama.
Yes.
You just here on the ground, I've learned a lot.
Yes.
Even with the ongoing changes by the government.
Yeah.
For me, if I was to get a chance with the president, this is what I would say. I know there's a big challenge we have is right now there's a collection issue in terms of the target they have for taxation.
Yeah.
And they're trying to increase the tax base. We've seen the changes that have come also with the 18 that is going to affect even the agriculture sector, which I've heavily invested in. So for me, what I would tell the president is that, sometimes even when you bring on policies, sometimes there's an issue of capacity. When you look at farmers, the farmers in Kenya, you cannot compare them to farmers in Europe and in America in this way. The farmers in America are able to do what we call the balance sheet and income statement. When you look at the farmers in Kenya, for them, they know that I've made a loss when I have no money in my pocket. So they work on a cash flow. When I have a lot of money, I'm making profit. Because they don't do what we call the analysis of a balance sheet and an income statement. So even when you bring on board the use of things like eatings to farmers, they don't have the capacity to be able to even use that and even know how to understand the simple accounting principles. So for me, I know the issue with the housing finance is the housing levy. The housing project is because of the housing levy, which has been heavily been put on the employed people, and the government has been trying to increase the tax base. Because now, if the tax base is not increased, the salaried people are the easiest way to collect taxes. Yeah.
Thank you, Francis. Have a good one, and all the best for this new year.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Frida in Nairobi.
Good morning, CT. Thank you for this show. It is very insightful. For my side, I'd say about education. I'm a mother, the current junior high school, the pioneers who are grade 8. The education system, children are really suffering. And when we prioritize housing levies and building houses, and when our education system is shambling, I'm asking the president, please, sit down with the Minister of Education, analyze the issues the children are facing in school. People are going to school very crowded. There's crowding in classes. Teachers are not enough. The books are not enough. And we expect our country to grow. Please, we are messing up a generation. And as a parent, I feel bad because if I earn money, I would take my child to the other system. But now, as it is, please. Even these issues they are looking for, the children who have not reported in high school.
Yeah.
How the bursaries have become political. You have to queue. All this money, can they be put in one, like in a ministry, and instead of distributing bursaries, these they be channeled to all the schools, and the children can access their education freely.
Thank you, Frida. Thank you very much. Eric in Nairobi.
So now let me address Mr. President.
Something wrong with your line, Eric. Hello?
Can you hear me? Can
you
hear me now?
Okay, let's try now.
Okay. Allow me to be brief to Mr. President. Mr. President, I don't know where you get your data from, but on ground things are totally different. I applied for my ID from November. Right now it's January ending. Actually it's February. Huduma Center still talks of 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. If we can't get basic rights like national identity cards, passports are not coming out all the way from last year, April. E-citizen right now is not loggable in. One can't even renew the driving licenses. Mr. President, these are the things we are having on ground. Before talking about housing levy, you can't disrupt an entire system that runs every single Kenyan's day-to-day activity, and you're busy saying that you're having our interests at heart. Why spoil the things that are available that were built by the former people through hard work and different things, even if it's modifying the system? Why spoil the one which is currently assisting? We are feeling a bit inconvenienced by everything. Why shut all systems down in the name of now we stay pending, waiting for things which we haven't seen?
Well said,
A day counts for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eric. Blackwater in Mombasa.
Hey, morning, gentlemen and a lady.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All I can tell the president, he's a very smart guy. And when a smart guy decides to screw you up, they know what they're doing. I can just say he's a letdown, and he's letting us down as a Kenyan people. And it's not like he doesn't know it. He knows what he's doing.
Are you saying he's deliberately letting us down?
I will tell you, I can say that categorically, yes. Because listen, if the common person can see it, are you telling me he can't see it? When we have a situation where we say the last governor was fictitially holding the dollar. What is the job of the governor? To strengthen your currency. So meaning that the last governor was doing the right thing. This governor is doing the wrong thing. How are we going to fix that? The dollar is still the same. When you try to buy something for $1,000, it's the same. Now it was 100,000. Now it's 170,000. Who are you hurting? We had one guy there. I know her personally. We had one guy there. And she was sugarcoating. Sometimes we need to say the truth. The government is failing us. Let's say the truth.
Okay. Thank you, Blackwater. Have a good day.
Okay, have a good day, guys.
Cheers.
All right.
I think mtazamaji wangu, mwanzo mwisho uliweza kusikiliza, umepata yale ambayo wananchi walikuwa wanazungumza. Wananchi wameweza kujiexpress, wameelezea yale ambayo yanawakwaza jinsi ambavyo Bwana Ruto anaongoza utawala huu wake wa Kenya Kwanza. Na kitu ambacho niliweza kumake a conclusion kutoka kwa haya ambayo walikuwa wanazungumzia, mtazamaji wangu, ni kwamba kuna mambo ambayo Bwana Ruto ameweza kuyafanya kwa pupa ambayo yameweza kuleta joto hapa nchini. Angalia swala kama la finance bill, mtazamaji wangu. Lile swala waliweza kulikimbiza huku wakiwa wanatishia baadhi ya wabunge kwamba iwapo mtaweza kupitisha bajeti hii, sahau maendeleo kwenye kaunti ama kwenye eneo bunge zako. So wabunge wale waliweza kutishiwa wakapitisha ile bajeti bila kujua kwamba wananchi watakuja kuteseka. Bwana Ruto aliweza kutekeleza ile bajeti ya mwaka 2023-24 kwa pupa bila ya kuweza kuzingatia ni kipi ambacho kitakuja kutokea baadaye. So hamaki hii yote ya wananchi ambayo walikuwa wanaimwaga kuelekea kwa laini ya Spice FM ni kutokana na kwamba Bwana Ruto analiongoza taifa hili la Kenya kwa njia ya kidikteta. Yani anatumia kifua kuongoza. Wabunge wanajaribu kumwambia kwamba hii finance bill ni mbaya, badilisha mambo kidogo, anawaambia kwamba nataka nione mtu ambaye hataweza kuipigia bajeti hii kura. Nataka nione mtu ambaye atakataa miradi yangu. So Bwana Ruto is a dictator. Kitu kingine mtazamaji wangu, Bwana Ruto ni rais ambaye ni mkora. Kwa sababu gani mbona nimeweza kumuita rais ambaye ni mkora? Kutoka kwa haya ambayo nimeweza kuyasikiliza hapa. Mengi ya yale ambayo wananchi walikuwa wanazungumza mtazamaji wangu, it's failed campaign promises. Mr. Ruto kipindi cha kupiga kampeni hapa nchini aliweza kuwa promise wa Kenya kwamba atawapeleka heaven. Aliweza kuwa promise wa Kenya kwamba ataweza kuwapeleka heaven, na badala yake amewadeliver kuelekea hell. Mtazamaji wangu, ameweza kuwapeleka hell. Aliwaambia kwamba hatakopa, aliwaambia kwamba hataweza kunyanyasa Wakenya wote, hakuna mwenye atakuwa anabaguliwa. Sasa hivi anabagua Wakenya kwenda hapa, kazi hamna. Kazi ya kuweza kazi yake ni kuweza kupita kote nchini, kuwadanganya wananchi, kuambia kwamba tutaunda hili, tutatenga hapa, tutatenga na kule. How I wish forum kama hizi zingeletwa, alafu wafungulie simu yeye mwenyewe aweze kucommunicate moja kwa moja na wananchi. Wachane na hizi rallies zenye wanaenda wananunua wananchi. Wananunua wananchi, wanahudhuria kwenye hafla zao. How I wish wange connect kwa yule mkutano wa State House ambao huwa anaita wanahabari. Wange connect simu, wananchi wapige, alafu usikie mambo ambayo yatatoka pale. Usikie mambo ambayo yatatoka pale. Wananchi hawapendezwi kabisa na loans ambazo Bwana Ruto anachukua. Wananchi hawapendezwi kabisa jinsi ambavyo ameweza kuteka nyara mahakama. Wananchi hawapendezwi kabisa jinsi ambavyo anatumia tribalism, favorism, corruption katika utawala wake. Anyway, sijui mtazamaji wangu wazo lako ni lipi baada ya wananchi hawa kuweza kujiexpress kuhusiana na yale ambayo wameweza kuyaona chini ya utawala wake William Samoei Arap Ruto chini ya miezi 15, na waliweza kuambiwa kwamba assume Bwana Ruto ndio huyo amekiti hapa, ushauri wake ama ushauri wao wangeweza kumpea ushauri gani? Na mimi nakuuliza kwamba assume sasa huyu ni president ambao unaongea naye William Ruto, ungempea ushauri upi? Sema nasi na rejea na mengi tena zaidi. Tafadhali usikose kupiga subscription. Jina langu nafahamika kama Mr. Eagle 8.